be the 19th and the 20th. That's a Thursday, Friday, because Tuesday is our day of diversity. So we don't have enrichment that day, and then after break, basically, shortly after break, you all have a test on genetics. So we're working really now in standard 4, structure and function, because there's the CER pieces that we talked about before. If we need to spend some of our enrichment time on the CER, we can, but I envision that you need to get your kids ready for the structure function piece of genetics, correct? Okay. Yeah. So I think where you have to start is looking at what you're doing this week and next week. And first, are there critical things that kids would be absent for that they just have to redo? Like, as I look through what you guys are doing, I'm thinking that's probably fishy frequency. Have you gotten to that yet?
That is Monday, Wednesday of next week.
And then you might have a group that needs to, because they were absent, do the polygenetic eye color lab.
Which is Thursday, Friday, which
So you won't
both
know.
the fishy frequency and the polygenic, we won't
All right.
know at this point.
So that's out of the loop then. Is there something else that if they were absent for, they really just need to reteach, or they need to be able to do that lab?
I think
that
if
we need a
do
group for.
a group section 1, section 2, 3, 4, and 5 of notes, because section 1 is our basic Mendelian genetics, section 2 was incomplete codominance, section 3 was multiple alleles, 4 was sex-linked traits,
each types of problems.
and 5 will be pedigrees, which we tackle tomorrow and
So in
Thursday. Yes.
Thursday,
Friday this week. Yeah.
In 140-minute enrichment, are you going to need Claire and the 3 of you each to reteach a type of problem? Like
I
4
think that
different
would be
sections?
the easiest way, since we only have
And
2
will that take
enrichments
the
to
full
target.
40 minutes?
I think so, because we'll have to go through notes, and then practice problems together, I think would be helpful, because if they've got gaps, if they're gone one day and then they come back, they're like, wait, what? And I think they're gonna need
Are
to
they
dial it back
putting
and do
their
more
things
practice.
into GoFormatives right now for your
Yes.
assessments?
So that would be the
Are
other
you
piece.
gonna need a
is if
group
we-
of just get your GoFormatives done? Steve, are you gonna need, do you have all your kids getting your GoFormatives done?
They're not all done with them, no, so.
I don't.
Will they align with the reteach of a problem, or?
Yes,
You can
I
stick
think
them in
that
the
would work,
research.
but
Okay,
I
cool.
think
Then
we
we'll
can
do
also
that.
look at what kids, like as I'm looking at mine, I've got one kid who's got red on one section. Even though she was here, she would be pulled back in because she struggled to answer those
She couldn't
questions
answer.
during class.
Okay, so Spencer, tell me again the types of, like, how you would separate these kids. And is there 2, I have the packet if you need to see it.
Yep.
Are there 2 sets of problems that could go together? Or are you looking at?
I
How would
think
you-
one group should just be Mendelian genetics, like just the,
Mendelian, yeah.
like complete dominance problems,
Yep.
just the absolute basics, I think would be
Okay.
a good group. I bet you we could do multiple alleles and sex-linked.
Yeah, that's
together.
gonna go together. Okay.
And then I think codominance and incomplete could go together.
Okay.
They're
And my
like
guess
mirror
is
images.
pedigrees
Good
would be,
news is
and
I know this stuff too. so
I think
know.
pedigrees should be a separate group,
Pedigrees, okay.
which
so
we're gonna
that's-
know Thursday, Friday.
That's for.
But that could lend it for also advanced kids, we could target them, because pedigrees put together everything we've already done.
Accelerated learners with the
I think-
pedigrees.
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
And kids either seem to really get pedigrees or they don't.
yeah,
So
we could have
we
2
have-
pedigree groups, a
we have-
reteach skills and then an advanced group.
We have Claire on the 19th, and so that gives us 1, 2, 3, 4 groups, and then however you wanna use me, so we could do this on the 19th.
Okay,
So is
Sounds
there a
good.
certain type of problem you wanna be able to reteach to your kids and do practice problems with?
Well, for incomplete, I mean, for multiple allele, blood types are kind of the go-to for that, right?
yep,
Two blood
there's
type
some other
problems.
examples, I think in the drive, for our genetics folder, there's an extra practice problems folder, and there are worksheets set up for each one that I think I stole from Biology Corners that Karen shared with us earlier this year. And so they're in there, and there's a whole bunch of extra practice problems, that it's kind of what I'm
You want
thinking right
me-
now, how we could target our groups, is do
You
the
want me to
notes
take
and do
the
those.
basic Mendelian
Yes,
folks?
that would be wonderful.
Okay,
I've got a
that's-
couple of cool worksheets.
And I can find a space to do that. Who wants to take the codominance and incomplete dominance, like, right, those go together?
Yeah.
Alright, Kelsey's got those kids that need to work on that. and then left with, you wanna do the multiple allele and the
You
sex
want it.
linked?
It doesn't matter
Well,
to
and we
me.
got Claire too in this
Right.
mix, so. How about we have you, Steve, do the, multiple allele and sex linked, and then Spencer and Claire can do the pedigree and the accelerated learners, cause their rooms connect.
Yep,
Oh,
but
yeah.
we'll take like
And
two
that- right.
separate groups, like if you missed instruction or
Yeah,
and
you
or you're
guys can
struggling to
divide
do a
that, yep.
pedigree, and
Okay,
then
cool.
you've got it advanced.
So, that's the 19th, so what you're gonna have, would you rather, like, Steve gives you all of his kids' names and you sign them up, or do you want Steve to sign his kids up to you? See what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
It
get
works
what you're
either way,
saying.
we've done it either way.
Can we red check mark? Cause it'd have to be a red check mark, right?
What if we just make a shared doc
And give it
And
to
then-
Cory.
and yes, and if we give it to
Cory
Cory,
Griffin.
then Cory
Okay,
can
yes,
pre-register.
very
We
good.
gotta have it done by
Oh, yeah,
Friday.
Friday,
Yep,
yep, or like if we tell her it's gonna be there Friday, Monday,
and the
Yeah.
reality is you're gonna have kids absent after you signed up and you may
but
miss
your
some.
advanced kids, you'll
But
be able to
the
pick.
great news is that you're gonna get these kids caught up and you got a
Mhm.
focused enrichment to move them in the standard.
Mhm.
So, okay, cool.
So
So, but
I'm
I
gonna
don't,
make
the
a-
only trick, I'll talk to Cory, cause I don't technically have a group, I think, but I'll make it work.
Are we gonna use the
So-
formatives to figure this out, or what's the?
So I would start, is kind of what I'm thinking, is look at what kids missed, which days of class, and if they missed a set of instruction, what's the most critical piece of instruction that they missed, and I would probably put them in that group. But if you're looking at your formatives, and they've got everything but section 4, that sex linked
Mhm.
traits is where I'm seeing a whole bunch of red instead of green. That's probably where I'm gonna put that kid.
And if
in
they're
that group.
struggling with the language or the basic Punnett squares, put them
Yeah.
in the Mendelian group with me. So this is the tool that I've always used in the past, but you have an electronic copy, you do not have to use this, but this is a way to organize your standard if you want to. And on the bottom then, I would put in like, this enrichment on this day, this is what I'm doing, this is what I'm doing on this day, and so on. The only piece that we're gonna miss if we do it this way is have some of our proficient and advanced helping one another, but I think if we're doing this enrichment specifically, like a reteach, we can,
So on-
Engagement usually goes better
On
if
this
they're
sheet,
all
you go
the
like
same.
Or
too.
Tuesday,
Mhm.
yeah.
Thursday,
yeah.
Friday, you just got an extra.
Right,
Okay, I was
and
just
so
wondering.
I did boxes here just even for in class. So
Okay.
my kids would fall in the level, and then I'd be like, well, this group in beginning, tomorrow in class, this is what I can do to differentiate it.
That's a good tool.
Yeah, and I think I emailed you an example, but yeah,
So
Okay,
Karen,
cool.
you're taking the Mendelian.
you bet. So Spencer's gonna start a document, and then your job is to just by, like, is it Friday at noon? Is that when we have to get it to Cory? Probably?
Yeah.
By Friday at
Probably.
noon, fill in, and don't panic if you miss a few kids, right?
Yeah.
It's,
I got two
You're-
brand new kids.
we're gonna help each other
They're going to
move
you.
our kids on this standard, instead of trying to do it all alone, is really what we're doing.
So we're doing the absent students and then we're looking at their formatives
Yeah.
to see which ones they need.
Yeah, like
Okay.
Spencer said, she has one girl who did the Go formative, but she got a 1 out of 4.
Yeah.
She needs some help.
Some of them were rushing on it though a little bit.
Cause in this unit with all these different types of problems, you're never gonna achieve it unless we share the load.
I do have some, if anybody wants to see them, I do have some, things I brought with me that have like Homer Simpson,
Cool.
sex linked, or
Mhm.
Flintstones.
Awesome.
Yeah, if you wanna add them to that extra
Leave
practice
them in the
problems
standard. Yeah.
folder, that would be good.
Spencer has a whole extra practice
And where
folder.
is it
if
in
you
the
wanna
folders
scan
here?
them. Yeah, in the drive.
Yep, it's in the
Mhm.
genetics folder.
So,
rolling
as
it.
Spencer works on that,
Yeah, I'm just
Our
setting up the
buddy.
table for us to share.
on the 20th then, are you looking to review? Are you looking to do something for your accelerated learners in genetics, cause it's always a tricky
Yeah,
one to meet their needs?
I
What do you
think,
guys need that day for, or is it for your integrated chem and physics and for your astronomy and
As a,
geology?
you mean as a?
We only get 2 days of enrichment
Right.
that week.
Well, we are gonna have some kids that, how much time do we need to, we could like consolidate test taking, but there's some kids that gotta make up tests and stuff yet, so.
Do a retake.
I need some retake room somewhere, but maybe I can have it done by then, I'll have to see.
I think I might pull like some of my wildlife students that I wanna get things wrapped up before
Yeah.
a break with them,
Yeah.
but I think I'm gonna have that group, but I might target some kids from the Thursday group, or that maybe would've, it's like, do I put them here, do I put them here? And have them do the practice test that's in their packet,
Yeah.
because that might inform me if that's where they're struggling. Where do I focus my time when we come back on that skinny day for that review?
It's a good idea.
Are they struggling with the vocab? If I like set the problem up for them, can they analyze the Punnett square from there? But if they don't know heterozygous, homozygous, so they can't set up the Punnett
Yep.
square, then I know when we come back, I've got to target that skinny 45 minutes that we get with them specifically on vocab. So I might pick kids that I think might give me a really good look into what they need the most for that review. Because we have that review day when we come back, and then we should have time before their test to do the give one, get one on the back, which is always another good review right before test. But that
So-
way I can use that, because we have so many different review options in the drive that we could do on that skinny day. But if playing, the word sort is
On
the
the
better option.
20th, I'm available from 9:30 to 10,
What-
so like half of your enrichment if you needed me to work with.
Which
you.
one is the
Okay.
skinny day?
It's the
This
day
January
we come
2nd.
back from
Yeah.
break.
Oh, so you're coming about, sorry, I
Yeah.
was just like, what do you mean with the skinny
Yeah.
day? So that's a day where we do all.
Second or third?
Does it say
Sixth.
Sixth?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So this is, I should write in here,
Because
this
we
is all.
lose the date of diversity, so that's why we have a skinny to get the A and B back to normal and to align with the middle school.
Okay, so that one is an all, so I was sorry, I
Yeah.
was confused over
I
what I mean, so
think
that,
Mike put it in
so you're
the
gonna do that prep like on that
calendar.
Friday, and then come back on your skinnies so you can, is that what you meant? Like
Yes.
on the Thursday, Friday, December, the last 2 days you're gonna, or whatever, that'll last.
That
enrichment.
Thursday, that 19th is
Yep.
this day.
Yep.
The 20th, I'll probably still target some wildlife kids because we're in the middle of,
She's talking about her
Like a-
enrichment.
my
Yes.
enrichment.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
So I'll probably target like half wildlife, half that. So I'll work with my wildlife group on finishing up a project that still needs a little bit more time. But I'll probably target a handful of biology students to have them start that practice test to give me feedback. Where are they stuck? How do I structure that review of that skinny day when we come back on January 2nd? If this is the skill they're struggling with now, because the vocab piece is, they know how to do a Punnett square, but they can't set it up because they don't know the vocab on how to set it up, then that's how I'm gonna spend most of my time reviewing. If it's, they know the vocab, they can't analyze the data, then I'm gonna structure it very differently when we come back. So I might pull some kids specifically to give me a window into how do I use that time wisely, and for them to get a review done before they don't think about it for 2 weeks
Right.
worth of time.
It depends where you're at in geology and astronomy and integrated chem and physics probably.
I was just gonna try to
I-
use those days to get a few kids, like, I really don't wanna have other, like, tests and stuff over break to.
Right.
Come back after 2 weeks and if it's been a week before that or 2
Mhm.
weeks, then it's not gonna.
Right.
So I probably need at least one of those to,
Yeah, I'm in a similar boat too with the ICP, so.
I'd like a catch, like, I wanna have testing for at least one of those, so that would be the
Yeah.
next
So,
week of
and
the week.
Claire's not here that day, correct? So.
On that Friday, right.
Spencer, I will put in my calendar to come here at 9:30,
9:30 on
and then if
the
you
20th.
have some kids working on their review, I can see where they're at and give
That would be
you
awesome.
feedback on which types of things they're struggling with.
No, we're not gonna get every kid into every category here, right?
Right, so
Cause we
you're
don't have
gonna
enough room.
potential, well, be,
Make sure your limits are 26, 27,
But even at
30.
26 or 27, there's no way we can get every kid into enrichment, right? We're not gonna get all of them.
We will, because we're gonna give the list to Corey, and
Yes.
she'll
No,
swipe
but like-
before.
no, but we're not
I
gonna
have
take all
100, she has
70,
100,
we're
we
not
can't-
taking all 75 of
Yeah, we
yours, all
can't.
75
No.
of
Yeah, I was like,
mine.
there's no way we're fitting them all in the
No,
classroom, okay.
so you wanna
That's
target
a lot
them
of kids.
based
Right.
on this standard,
Ah.
standard, 4, and where they're at, right? That's why this is unmet
Okay.
beginning, developing, and then if they're beginning, which type of problem are they
Ah.
struggling with? And then send them to Spencer's group, or to Kelsey's, or to Claire's, or to
Okay.
mine.
Uh,
Does that help?
Yeah, I just I was just
Okay.
had to get my head around it the right way.
It's too bad we don't have 3 days of enrichment that week before break, is what it is.
So we're gonna do this on, you
The
said,
19th, and Spencer's gonna share a document with you,
Yep.
so you can just add your kids to it, and then
Looks
Corey
like it's
Griffin
on
will get
there.
it.
On the drive, genetics reteach.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna send it out in an email, so it's nice and easy to access, and you don't have to figure out where it is.
The 20th, I
thank
think.
you.
Mm-hmm.
I got it.
And we need noon by this Friday, which
Friday.
is the 13th?
Yep.
Okay,
go.